What is up? That's not
Is that a
Eric.
better one?
Up, it's frozen. Hold on. I think they can hear you, but
Is it on my-
I know. No, it's me. Yeah, there we go.
We good?
Let me. Sorry, it's being. There we go. Well, now I can't see chat. Hold on. Just gonna move you.
Hey, Rain.
Eric's better at this. All right, cool.
What's up, everyone?
So, yeah, Eric he doesn't have COVID first and foremost, but he's been very sick. I talked with him. We delayed the stream one day because, long story short, I had vertigo yesterday, and then he felt like shit, and he was describing, in my opinion, what sounds like the flu. He got tested for COVID, and it's negative. So good on that, but it's been he's just having a tough time. So send well
didn't
wishes.
Hear your sneeze for a second. I thought you just straight up dabbed that Eric did have COVID.
Just quick dab, no big deal. So go get your flu shots and boosters. Yeah, I need to.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get our boosters either this weekend or next weekend.
I got my appointment set up, getting it in 2 weeks. Very excited.
That's dope. Because I am an educator, I can walk in to any Tom Thumb and just get one, which is nice.
That's like when you go through the airport and you have like TSA pre-check.
Yeah, and you're like,
yes.
Excuse me, peasants. An educator is here. The only time an educator will ever say, "Teacher's here. I teach kids. Today's my Friday. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. So, quick shout out to our awesome sponsors and partners. We have OmniType. You know what? I can't. Every time I try and type and talk at the same time, it never works out. So I'm just gonna type these real quick. Because long story short, I don't have my Stream Deck anymore. But
what happened to your stream?
well, it may have gotten chewed. The wire, and of course it doesn't it's got I might send it to Zap and be like, can you build me another cable for this so I can like work.
You chewed it.
Yeah, I did exactly. I mean, my name's Chewy. But we have some awesome sponsors of OmniType, Project Keyboards, Canon Keys, Kinetic Labs, as well as Zap Cables, Type Beast, Smith & Rune, and 3D Keys. Boy howdy, Didi is here. Absolutely. Thank you for the tier 2 sub, our only tier 2 sub. Exo Squid. Hello. The children, honestly, I wouldn't put it past them. I showed up. I wasn't there yesterday. Like, all my pencils were gone. My mouse dongle was, like, pulled out of the hub and, like, thrown. Like, it just... anyway. So... I thought your name was Dave. I mean, it is, but I do go by Chewy from time to time. But quick fun story from my day. For those who want to know what it's like to teach children with special needs, kid goes, draw Sonic for me. And I was like, I can't. I'm not an artist. Like, I can't draw, or I've never like really put in the time since I was like 10. I was like, I can't do Sonic. And then she goes, okay, well, draw Among Us. I was like, all right, I'll draw you a little. That's easy. Side note to this, nor can Didi draw, because I've seen him try and draw Santa Claus, and it was
really sad no one screenshotted it. It was the worst thing anyone has ever drawn.
It was like...
I'm definitely not throwing stones here.
It looked more like an origami snowman. It was rough. Anyway, howdy fellow Texan. Hello, home cooked home. So I draw the Among Us figure, and I slide it back across the table, and she looks at me and she goes, "You bastard!" I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And her face just went from like, oh shit, that was not an internal thought. And like the thing that I have to remind myself a lot is like, these are children with special needs, and like a lot of there's the disconnect. They will say things before they think, and they make kids make mistakes. So it's kind of one of those like, hey, let's talk about this. Like I try and kids get punished too much, I think, and so, where sometimes like a gentle conversation of being like, you're smarter than that. Like or why are you bothered by that? How is that affecting your life right now? They're like, it's not. And I'm like, then why are you upset? And they're like, and a lot of times that fucking works where they're just like if you point out how stupid their argument is, I'm like, you're arguing with yourself about nothing. And they're like, fuck. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Exactly. Been using mech boards for years now. What's your fave boards? I'll show you one of mine. You know what are you typing on this week, Didi?
Yeah, let me show you what I'm typing on, and then I'll pull out my favorite board too. So what I'm typing on, I just built this board. This is the 40 by Lazy Designers. It's got that gorgeous back.
I love that.
Yep.
That's lit.
I've got GMK Rouge on there. You can't see them, but it's got lavenders on it, and the anodization on the aluminum plate matches the board itself. And it's just a very, very clean look. I'm really enjoying this. It's the first board that I've used 12U stagger on, which has been an adjustment, but it's actually going better than I thought. My favorite board, the only board I like so much, I own 2 of them.
Is it? Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
Is it the Vanagon?
It is the Vanagon. So here is my round 1 and my round 2 Vanagons. Round 1 has that brass mid piece, and I've got 808 boom on it. And then this is the round 2 with the silver mid that I have EPBT Wuyan Julian on it. And I love this board to death. If I had to sell everything else, I would keep these 2. I can game on them. I can use them for work. They're easy to travel around with. They look good. They feel good. Just absolutely incredible boards. So quick shout out, like, you can buy hub keycaps. There are like 100 sets left, and when all of them are gone, there's going to be an unlimited round of Vanagon. So if you want one of these, go buy hub. Go tell your friends. It is an incredible board, and hub is nice too.
Did you get any mail, by the way? We usually do.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see.
I don't have full screen. I don't have full screen. I'm not Eric.
Yeah, you're all good.
So
we don't have to be fancy tonight. I'll show this off. I got my first nice artisan box. I used to have like a 3D printed box, and I've kind of just not had something for a while. But I got a stash box in the mail this week.
Ooh.
See, got that nice black aluminum weight. It's made of polycarb. Holds 60 artisans. Looks really nice, and it's got
polycarb case with a black aluminum weight.
Who would have done that before? Who's done that before?
You know, Stash, I'm coming after you now. I own polycarbonate with black aluminum weight.
You trademarked it.
Yeah, that's pretty lit. I should get one that would match my keyboard. Those are. I remember when he did like the first protos, and I was like, that's a lot. But
it's good.
I think the polycarb one is better because the first one he showed was like metal, and I was like,
the aluminum.
That's too much.
Wanted it for the heft.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not going to complain about paying less.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Ione asked, why is my favorite board the base kit? Because you can. What other board lets you put the most percent of your caps from a set on the board? And there is no other board that can do it.
It's just value.
Hands down. Yeah, exactly. It's just efficient.
Diner on Blanc and Zombie Unicorn, thank you for the follow. So I'll show my mail real quick. It's not really. Oh shit! All right, this is probably the most baller keyboard thing I own. Amy, thank you for the follow. I didn't get this in the mail. I just got it from her, but I got the peach tray.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, and you want to see why this one's valued 100 times higher? I got Davis to fucking autograph it. Printing money with this.
So you're flipping that on eBay.
Oh, yeah. I told her, I was like, how much? She was like, oh, I think it's like 45. And I was like, cool. I'm going to have you autograph it and then flip that shit for like $6,000. So, yeah, it's cool though. I'm going to use it I'm building a frog TKL, so I'll get a chance to use it. But it's got little magnets, so it'll pick up screws, which is nice. The one thing I can't wait is like I want the screws to just scratch this shit all to bits. I want this to look used. It looks too nice right now. So, but the current keyboard I am using is the Baka 70. 7-pound monstrosity with modern Dolch. I have Anubis 69-gram springs with a nice little observer from Lividity. And my favorite board, excuse me, they're all in bags, and I really don't want to go get them. Do you have your squid?
My Squid 60?
Is it accessible?
It is.
I forgot who asked. Who was this? Stats back to zero. Stats back to zero.
My Squid 60 looks
It's-
a little bit different.
So
than
think
yours
that
does.
staggered, and it's
But in
also
a normal
yours is
layout,
purple.
Yeah, so this is the Squid 60. This is the second heaviest board I own, but it is
Soon
such
to
a
be
nice board.
soon to be the third heaviest board you own.
soon to be the third heaviest board I own. Yeah, very excited for the Baka 70 to come in.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. I feel like I missed something. I don't think I did, but yeah, that's what I got mail wise. But I've been using the Baka 70 this week. I think I'm gonna desolder this and lube the Anubis switches this time. I think
Wait, they're just in their stock right now?
I swapped the springs,
Okay.
but I was like, I want to get the feel for them stock. But I built this in June, so I'm coming up on 6 months of
It's
having
time.
this. It's time to. I'm like, okay, cool. And this wasn't even like I'm doing this to break this in. Like it'll be nice, but it was more like I want to see how these are just straight out of the box, sort of.
Yep.
So, but anyway. Also, for those who purchased a Baka 60 polycarb, you should be getting your boards soon. A couple people already have. So,
That's so exciting.
yeah, it's a cool time. Excited for it. But I want to bring something to everyone's attention. I would like to say we are not shitting on TKC tonight. If anything, technically, TKC's the victim here. One of the victims.
Yeah, that's true. I'm glad I could be here for Variety Night.
Exactly. For those who don't know, we have been somewhat critical of Glorious Gaming. Exo Squid. All right, later, man. We can always throw a few jabs. Don't worry. Ooh, Zombie Unicorn following, and then 5 minutes later with the Prime sub. Thanks, dude. Thank you. So, for those who haven't seen, Glorious released 2 keycap sets available for purchase, and they happen to be similar. One definitely more than the other. We're not to get this out of the way. There are 2 sets, which I think was called like Fire and Ice.
That sounds right.
Or Celestial. Sorry. Celestial one is called a Celestial Fire and Celestial Ice. Okay, by George R.R. Martin, exactly. So, if you're just perusing TKC, and you look up Infinity Aether, which was done by a good friend, Alex Odos, they are incredibly similar. The other one, to just kind of, Didi and I talked about this. The other one, Celestial Ice, is similar to Dream Eater, but in my opinion, is just not the exact. The Ice has a lot
way
more.
of a discrepancy.
Yeah, there's a lot more. It's similar to where you might get called out on like a geek hack thread if you put it up there, but like it's different enough.
Yeah, I think one of the hard things is both of the Glorious colorways, like taken at face value, you can see how like in a vacuum someone would come up with both of those. Like they're not colorways that like you really would have had to look at something else to have come up with something that close, you know?
Yeah.
It makes sense. I think one of the reasons that the focus is so much more on the ether sets is that Alex Odos has worked with Glorious in the past. Like, he is a known quantity to them. They should have some sort of, recognition of his work and consideration for that. The statements that I saw from Glorious very much were, oh, we didn't think about this till late in the process, and by that point things were already ready to go. But they still released it.
Yeah.
Like,
which,
and even now with the fallout, all the whoopsie daisies are still coming out with like, well, we're still going to make money off of this.
Yeah, oops, our bad that we made money off of your hard work. We've talked about, this is a topic that comes up frequently because we have seen sets that are similar. We've seen sets that take liberties from other sets. We've seen a lot. EPBD aesthetic is just a blatant ripoff of Cafe, so like it happens. But the
amount of "this is Magic Girl" messages that I got when I first introduced aesthetic, it's a thing. And like there's definitely a subset of the community that just really wants to compare X to Y.
Yeah. Oh, it's like
there are legitimate, you've just cloned this, and then there's like these colors are kind of similar, so we're going to complain about it.
It's, I mean, to take one from Parks and Rec, it's gotcha journalism. Like, it's, I want to be the person that got you. I want to be the person that bested you. But, I mean, let's talk about Glorious. Like, listen, I own a fucking Glorious mouse. This is my second Glorious mouse. They built their brand after looking at an expensive mouse called the Final Mouse, for those who don't know. And they were like, hey, let's do that, but make it cheap. And congratulations, that's pretty much exactly what happened. And that's really how they got their big stuff, because for the longest time, they just sold like little gaming desk pads or desk mats that were like pretty big. And it's one of those things that, they're going to get away with it because one, it's different enough, and the big difference I see on this set is, well, the F-row. Like, playing the role of Glorious's lawyer in this situation. Well, the F-row is different, so it's different. Well, the font is different. Well, they can sit there and argue that so much is different.
I mean, I am not a lawyer, but we've talked about this for years, and how bigger companies could easily come in and just squash the creativity of this space because there is no intellectual property rights behind what we're doing here. Yeah. So this is exactly what we've talked about for years.
Yeah, it's shitty. Like, it's really fucking shitty. It makes me, again, I mean, look at the fucking, it's like the GMMK Pro is a ripoff of everything that's popular about keyboards. Weird calling it a ripoff because it's like, well, did they steal it? It's like, no, they took what's popular and put it in. This is obviously more of an artistic choice, so you kind of get into this realm of like, okay, what's actually ripping off and what's taking, because at the end of the day, TKC and Odos have the rights to Ether, I should say. I've been saying it Aether, but you've corrected me that it is Ether.
It's okay, we're American. We don't know what that character is.
Yeah, exactly. So I have a few things. One, props to Apiary for blowing it up, because I would have never known. And B, if you're going to blow it up, can you blow it up on like a Tuesday afternoon, not Wednesday morning, like right after we no. I know, exactly. Yeah. But it was just one of those things that, I wouldn't have really paid attention to, because I don't go, it's not like this was IC'd, right? This was just like, hey, here it is. Like companies like Glorious don't fucking IC their shit. They're just like, hey, we're this has been in the works for over a year and it's gonna go. So what kind of bothers me is, and for those who don't know, I'm friends with Alex Odos. It's great, but he gave a very like, I'm trying to win a political race response when I think he could have gone for the jugular.
I think he should. There's a lot of reasons why I think he should have. I think the most important one is the precedent it sets.
Yeah.
For other keycap designers, for other companies, to other big companies, it might send the message of designers truly are powerless. If this is the best response they can muster out of it, then cool, it's fair game. To other keycap designers, especially smaller ones, newer ones, the message is, well, if Alex says it's okay, then
yeah,
it must be okay.
Yeah.
Right?
And Alex is one of the most likable people in the hobby. Like
I don't know Alex personally, but that's what I've heard. That's what I've seen, and I get that confrontation sucks. Like,
yeah.
Nobody is out here trying to like start a fight because they want to start. I
mean,
fight.
to me, it is Alex is a likable person, and that's not his brand. That's not his. And Alex, if you ever listen to this, trust me when I say I support you in whatever you decide to do. Would I have liked you to do something else? Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not fucking in charge of you. So I can sit here and you can tell me, oh, I wish Dave never had said that fucking shit. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, but again, that's, he's a very nice person who if him retaliating could have gone bad, and I get that. I completely understand that but he is such a nice guy, and it's a brand. He doesn't want to go into a public fight. Look at someone like Apiary versus like Teja. Teja doesn't make a lot of rash opinions about things. It kind of plays it safe. Apiary's like Apiary's like, fuck everyone and you in particular. Like, and it just goes to show that different people, again, kind of like you said with why did I just go completely blank? With confrontation, maybe you didn't want to confront an entire company and make claims, because I could totally see like GMK being like, wow, defamation lawsuit, you prick. Like, and all that. But I do think he should have just said, hey man, not cool. Like, there's not much I can do, but please know that I am not happy with this. And that would have been, they offered to make him work for them. Yeah. But at the, like if someone came in and stole the Baka designs from me and then said, oh, we'll make it up to you by offering you a job, I'd be like, that's not cool. 'Cause what if I don't want to work for you?
And especially the line of work, it's marketing, branding, influencer, that kind of stuff. It's not always a thankful job, and it's not always a very profitable job, especially compared to keycaps at the level. Like the response as far as compensation goes, 100% should have been, we will offer you a percentage of sales.
Yeah.
Glorious doesn't like that, because that sets a precedent that puts them in a bad situation should this ever happen again. But it is the right one. It's the one that is better for the designers, the small, independent people that work in this hobby. But they weren't going to offer that. And the fact that it wasn't pushed for is really unfortunate, because it puts the rest of us in a situation where they say, oh, well, we got away with this last time. Why shouldn't we get away with it again next time?
Yeah. It sucks. I get why it's a company. They have to play it safe. If they make a decision that could come back and then people are then fucking whoever designed Minimal is gonna be like, how dare you release these white keycaps? Like, I want a percentage of the profits, and whoop, I just played a little bit of Law and Order. Sorry guys. That was just up on my screen.
It's definitely like, we're used to everything being resolved within a community. Even when we talk about quote unquote the bigger vendors in the hobby, whether that's Novel Keys, Canon Keys, Omnitype, like these are people we like know and see and interact with.
Yeah.
Glorious is not that. Glorious is a big step above that. And it's not Amazon, but it is a corporation that is at many levels disconnected from the hobby.
Yeah.
So there's less of this like kind of tentative understanding between people that are designers and people that work at Glorious, and that can be a really different scenario for people to deal with. And I don't blame Alex really for not wanting to do that. That is not an enviable situation. I'm sure when Alex started designing Ether, he never thought that he'd be in a position where this big gaming company would be ripping off his work. So yeah, there's not like a handbook on how to deal with these situations unless you've worked in some sort of similar industry for a long time. So like I have a lot of sympathy. I really do. That being said, like it is worrying to think about what the next incident like this we're going to talk about is. And like many people in the comments have pointed out, this is just what Glorious does.
Yeah.
This is how Glorious invented their mouse. This is how Glorious got into Switches. The keyboard thing, yeah, like sure. It's.
I mean, it's a Satisfaction 75, but
also like it is a Satisfaction 75 as much as 165% on Keycack is another 65.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't blame them for that, but it's like, cool, you did a thing.
Right.
And sent a bunch of streamers to make them say, hey, it's good. Like, to me, it's whatever. I've heard the board's fine. I don't like the keycap situation at all. I think, what sucks is I keep thinking about, I was listening to Daft. This is how my brain works. I was listening to Daft Punk, and someone came up to me and said, who are you listening to? And I said, Daft Punk. They're like, oh, they totally ripped that off of Kanye.
No, that didn't happen.
And, it happened in someone said that. It was in high school, and I was like, are you fucking serious, dude? Discovery came out like 10 years ago. He's like, wow. Prove it. I was like, you're going to make me fucking pull out my iPhone 2 and fucking prove to you that he even says featuring Daft, like, so when I think about shit like that, I think about, it happened, Davis, 100%. I will look you in your fucking face and tell you that happened. They were like, oh man, they ripped off Daft Punk, and I was like, or they ripped off Kanye. Listen, 2008 or whenever that song came out, Stronger, like that, it was the Wild West of the world because the iPhone just came out and people didn't know what to do with that much power in their pockets. But my point is, it sucks that down the road he might catch flack for designing a set that GMMK has.
Oh, and we have a very short attention span as a people and as a hobby. Like, it won't be that long. It'll be next year when someone like discovers Infinity Ether.
And they're like,
this is the Glorious
This
set.
is the Glorious
that
set.
Will absolutely happen. That's another area in which there probably should have been something talked about between him and Glorious as far as credit.
Yeah.
It's a very simple thing, and there have been Mechs on Deck streams about giving credit.
Yeah.
It's an important thing in this hobby when so many individuals contribute to making one thing, and it's not always clear who did what or how things have changed over time. It's important to have that note.
Yeah. Davis, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I wanted to show off one more time while Davis is here. The peach tray, 1 of 1, signed by the one and only Davis the Great. I'll take the starting bid is $5,000.
Ooh, this is a perfect opportunity to mention DCS paperwork.
Yes, please. I do want to talk about DCS paperwork.
DCS paperwork on sale right now at 3D Thieves for I think just 2 more days. It is a fantastic colorway. Seriously, one of my favorite colorways of all time. Some amazing accents, tons of support. You can get so many boards out of it. Do not miss out. Please join and try DCS if you haven't. I think you'll really like it.
There it is, blowing it up. I need to get. I like it, but I have too much shit. And also, I don't know if you saw. All right, anyway, let's wrap. Let's end on a high, but let's wrap up GMMK Pro or whatever. Glorious. Shitty what they did, Alex. I wish you had gone more, but I understand from a content creator standpoint. You don't want to piss anybody off. I get that. Like, Eric and I shit on people from time to time, specifically a company, but like there are reasons why people play it safe, because playing it safe is safe. Imagine that. So backspace SYD, thank you for the follow. Also, was it Mig Fernando and Renderling? Thank you all for the follows, and Fruity Keep. Safe sells, like it does. Like if you go out and you're like, I'm not afraid to fucking go there, and they're like, okay, cool, that's too much energy for me. Like we will lose viewers based off of a potentially hot button issue, or because we take a stance, we're officially cutting out that opposite stance. We'll piss off the opposite stance. You play it safe, you don't. There's ups and downs to both. So there it is. But I wish, Alex, I'm sure at some point you looked at yourself in the mirror and you went, fuck Glorious. And I'm going to pretend that 100% happened. So that's how I'm going to make myself feel better about that. But Glorious is going to do this, and we're going to be back here in 6 months talking about another fucking key set that they ripped off. Like, they're going to... I think they went with the Fade because it's more gamery, but they're selling their keyboards to, 16 to 25-year-olds. Like, in my opinion, that's who's buying these keyboards. They're trying to hit that like college, like high school junior to college to maybe just out of college, where they're trying to hit these. Oh, I want it. That's their target audience. And
more importantly, it's not people that are in the keyboard community.
Yeah.
Like the thing we've talked about tonight, 95% of people that buy that keycap set have no idea what InfiniKey is, do not know who Alex Odos is. And that's, of course, part of the tragedy, is like this could be a great opportunity to highlight a content creator who's done a lot of work for Glorious over the last year. And these people will just never know. They won't.
Yeah. So, also, did you guys know that Kanye ripped off fucking Daft Punk? So, but no, sorry, Daft Punk ripped off Kanye. And I want that on a shirt. And just walk out and see how many people come up and correct me. So yeah, so DCS paperwork going on, 3D Keebs. I know that you have helped quite a bit in getting this off, because this has happened before, right? The minivan did this.
Yeah, so funny, we're talking about, giving credit and all of this. So Evan from the Van Keyboards ran GMK paperwork years ago, and it only had 40% compatibility. He ran it last year as DSA, still 40% compatibility. Davis approached him about doing GMK round 2, but with full kitting, and with the lead times and prices of GMK right now, it was decided let's do DCS instead. It's like a 4 or 5 month lead time right now. I straight up was just trying to help out. I was just like, I like this set. I want this to do well, and I hope Davis doesn't feel like I just like encroached on this set, but it definitely has felt like my baby and Davis's baby at this point. So it's been a really fun set to work on and work with Davis on, and I'm really happy. Like, almost everything is hit MOQ. If you like Ergo, please buy it, because the Ergo numbers are sad. They're really sad right now. But other than that, it's really been a really fun set to work on, and I'm really excited about how it's going to turn out.
Hell yeah, hell yeah! And I wanna shout out one more, guys. We're about to do keyboard of the week. By the way, we have a shorter stream tonight because this would be the time when we would have a guest on, but Didi was our planned guest. What set is this? DCS paperwork. I will blast it in the chat. Go check that out. And it's cheap too, $125 for a salt base kit.
On that note, I'm also going to say, running soon, I1A in chat right now, DCS Soul Dark. If you like DCS, that is the next set to look at.
Hell yeah.
DCS Paperwork is great. DCS Soul Dark also going to be great.
Soul Dark. You know what? Another set that came out that just got announced that I am beyond fucking hype for. We're gonna change it. Where is it? Screen share. Fucking GMK camping round 3. Oh my god.
So I feel like I'm just pulling out all of my boards tonight.
Oh my god. This looks amazing. Look at this burgundy base. I'm buying this. Yeah.
Look at this. Look at how nice. I'm trying to find my camera. Look at how nice camping is.
Yeah, camping is amazing. It's on my
gorgeous in person.
It's on my squid. I am so excited because all I'm gonna do on the squid, what I plan on doing is I'm buying the burgundy base kit because I don't really need much else, and I'm gonna swap the alphas. So the alphas are gonna have the burgundy. So it'll be the green mods with the burgundy alphas. I think there's a picture. They don't really have a picture, but look at this. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's fucking beautiful.
Okay, so Reverbiate has brought up something that I've seen a lot, and I feel like has... I got to talk about this for a second. The community made GMK lead times. So y'all have probably seen it, but there's a spreadsheet going around that is current GMK lead times, and it shows every set in queue and how long it will take to be produced.
The spreadsheet is inaccurate.
A huge problem with it, yeah. So if you are using this as just a general guide for when things finish group buy, that's totally okay. But using it as a guide for when things will deliver is really not going to work out.
Please don't do that.
Please don't do that. So, like, very quick rant. One, it doesn't take into account when invoices were paid to GMK. Two, it doesn't take into account, for better or worse, any changes at GMK, whether there's another COVID lockdown or whether they open up new machining queues. None of that is taken into account. There is no insider information in this thing, and over time, it is just going to get less and less accurate. So if you're looking at a set and you look at that spreadsheet and say, well, I won't get it till 2026, that could be very, very wrong. It also, I don't think, takes into account colors that don't need matching, or that sets that don't need color matching at all. So really, really, really don't treat that spreadsheet like gospel. Take it with a grain of salt. That's my rant.
There it is. I like it. But I love this set. That's going to be shorter on the lead time because the colors are already there. He has confirmed that there will be the side printing.
Ooh, that's going to be controversial. I'm curious to see how people feel about that in 2021.
Yeah. Because
you don't see that very often, and the impression I got was that it kind of dwindled away because people in general did not care for the pad printing.
I liked it, but
I like it too.
Specifically on camping, I'm like, it just adds a little nice touch. But the one thing, a lot of these renders are a little bit like we see here. We have an Alt GR, which is also, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that technically on the wrong side?
That is supposed to be on the right side of the board.
And you go down here, and we have regular alts, which I want regular alts. I fucking hate Alt GR. It throws off the symmetry. But
100%. And it's okay to have Alt GR in there if there's also a second alt.
Yeah, give me 3 alts.
And what Fruit said, like, it needs 40s. At least in base, camping
really
is going to do big numbers. A child kit would be great for people that bought in on round 1 or round 2. But I'll take what I can get there. But it's been we're on round 3. It's time for some 40 support.
Yeah, but this is just excellent. But let's take it to. We're going to let's full screen this. We are doing some keyboard of the week.
I'm excited. There's been so many good posts.
There's some really fucking good posts.
Yeah.
So we've got Nebulence exclusive E85 vintage ergo clears with DSA Skull Squadron. Fucking clean.
I mean, the exclusive E8.5 is not OG, but everything else about that, like vintage ergo clears, DSA Skull Squadron, I love that. That's a throwback and a half, and it looks really nice.
And one thing I think I like the most is that little touch of color on the board matches the yellow perfect, and it like wraps into it like, oh, beautiful.
Also, the style of the board, like it's got kind of that like jet fighter look to it. I really like it.
This is a board when you build it and you're like, I'm done.
I really want Skull Squadron to run again, maybe not in DSA, because I do like the set, and I don't even like yellow.
So next up we have Take 2 of DCS Delftware on the Pizza 65. A set that was kind of slept on, but I love that desk mat. The desk mat's lit. I don't even know what it is, but it reminds me of that like carpet that every child had in the 90s.
Delftware, the legends match the board perfectly.
Yeah, this is a beautiful build.
And you know what? Like Delftware was a really hard I ended up not getting it, but I love the originality of those sub legends.
Yeah,
I love when something outside the box happens, and this set really pulled that off.
100%. We've got GMK Frostwitch on a purple Vertigo by Enigma Keyboards with lavender switches, Taro. What does that say? Taro Bean desk mat. All the purple.
Nice.
65%.
Again,
got the wind keyless blockers.
Another board where the colors really go well with the board.
Yeah, I like that. I've talked about this before. To me, a board is best when things are just a little off. Like it doesn't match color to color perfectly, so you get all three.
Yeah.
Like
everything's complementary.
Yeah,
right?
it's all it all just vibes. Like my original Baka with Mizu is like a different shade. It sits in between the two blues, and it just works perfectly. So we got a great picture of Seether Zero's JO2 Cerakoted Navy EPVT black on white with the deep navy Rama. Beautiful.
I love the shot. I love the composition with like the sunbeam coming in here. The colors look so good. I mean, I feel like J Series boards are kind of cheating.
Yeah,
in
right.
Keyboard of the week. You can't take a bad shot of a J Series board. I'd like to see someone try.
Yeah. All right. Challenge accepted. I've got one sitting right there. It's on mine, but. Next up, we have the mini sub from Rain Keyboards with Skeleton Kit, FR4 plate, creams, and Cat Eternal with the Polybius desk mat. This is from Static with a Skeletor cap. Love the purple theme.
I love how well the Eternal set matches with the Polybius mat. Like two completely different sets, but those go together very well. And the Skeletor cap. Also, like, it's got that retro feel with the desk mat.
Yeah, it's a cool board, and it's the boards like these that make you appreciate, like, a really, really fucking nice board. Because you're like, hey, the difference between this and a $400 board's not that different. And then you type on something, you're like, oh, okay. But, like, this is great. It's all you need, right?
Right.
So, next up, we had some people upset.
It's Olivia.
It's Olivia. No, so this is the Cahal with Infinity Grain and T1s in my new backyard deck, I should say. I love the wooden knob. Matches
cool
the wood rest of it. This is green with tan. So before no AE, there's an AE in there that does not come standard in the Olivia kit.
No, it does not.
So, but I love the green. The green looks great.
It does. I don't know. I don't own grain, so I can't say how accurate this photo is.
It's pretty. It's a little. This is a little washed out, like the picture is. It's a little desaturated, but not by much. Like you would see this outside when everything kind of doles out some. But if you're shining a light red on it, the green's a little bit darker in my opinion.
Got it.
So, Olive win. We got the TKC Portico by Kinetic Labs with Kinetic Labs salmon switches, Canon Keys Arctic winter caps, and a broken Bart Simpson Funko Pop. Clean build. That set's really good. Like I've got it, and
the
it's
nice
a solid
PVT
one.
caps are really nice to type on, and like I got my friend Elderberry, and that was my first time seeing the reverse dice up nice PVT, and I was genuinely very impressed.
Yeah.
I think these sets are going to become a very solid offering for people.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this is clean. I haven't typed on a Portico. It exists.
I have also not typed on a Portico.
So next up, shittiest picture of them all.
I think we've seen this board tonight. You can pass.
This is the 40 by with Dededecline's the 40 with Lavender's aluminum plate GMK Rouge. Excellent picture, my dude.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely barged into my roommate's office and was like, "Hey, I'm going to need your vanity for a few minutes." And it's a testament to like how long we've lived together that she was like, "Yeah, sure, I get it. Let me just roll."
It's better if you just don't talk, and we'll figure this out. Dotnik, thank you. Thank you for the 13 months. Hell yeah. So here's what we're gonna do on this picture. We're gonna bump this picture to next week.
I think that's fair.
When you're not on, because obviously you should choose this one. But
I was not going to pick it, to be clear, but
I will ask you to repost after the stream.
I can do that.
So next up, got a Frog TLK. The Frog TLK. With GMK Dracula, FR4 plate. Colors, I think if like this is one of those literally if you take the blue out of the desk mat, it looks gray. But with the desk mat, it looks more blue. It's just one of those very cool, like cobalt blue type sets where it's like if there's more blue in the room, like at night, it's gonna look way more blue than during the day. Like, so
Dracula is a very hard set to photograph. This is a very good photo of Dracula. Yes. Also, I love the Goo Bear. It works very well with the set.
Yeah, this is fantastic. This is, I can't remember. This is Lividity, but I have no idea which one. Because I have that one. It's the, like, fingers over your eyes ones. I have that in green.
Gouge. That's
Gouge.
The name of the sculpt.
Yeah, that makes sense. Gouge rise out, yeah. But yeah, excellent picture. Love the duck. Very cute. So next, we got two more. We got Reverb. Please don't get sick of my J80. No worries, my dude. White with Perestroika, I think, is the play. I've got it on my Baka polycarb right now. I don't think the polycarb's the play. I think white with Perestroika is the game changer.
I think white with Perestroika and silver gray, like those two kind of together, are the move with Perestroika. I've got a like raw bead blasted stainless steel board that I'm gonna put on. I think
hell yeah.
Any of those colors, this looks fantastic.
Yeah. Also flip spacebar gang. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And we've got last Deeds. We'll get to yours next week, but I do love it. The unreleased board with GMK Nautilus, super scuffed pick.
Ooh, I'm so excited for this board.
So nice little 40 with a pin rail.
40 with a pin rail. We've got the minivan layout here. I think Nautilus looks great on this. I love the accent spacebars too.
Yeah, and honestly, Nautilus accent spacebars is what made me fall in love with accent spacebars.
Really?
Yeah, like they just did such a good job. So, and I think that's flip spacebar. Hell yeah, dude! Flip spacebar, gang. Yeah. Spacebar. So I'll show it off, but we'll do this next week. But little Gundam dancing.
That's a great pick. I love it.
So, but yeah, what are you picking? Again, we're taking this one off.
Yep. I'm going to go with Nebs. I really love the Skull Squadron. I love the whole build.
Yeah.
I love how good it looks with that model next to it. I'm here for it.
What am I going to go with? I'm going to go with the J80. I'm going to go with the J80. So here, let me switch back to this. And I don't even have this shit pulled up, but one moment. And I would like to, before we get to the voting, I want to quickly announce that our stream on the 23rd, so 2 weeks from yesterday, again, sorry for the delay on the stream Wednesday night, but our stream the 23rd, we are doing we kind of did something fun last year on Thanksgiving, so we're doing another one. We're going to be doing some light giveaways, nothing crazy. I'll talk to Davis, get some stuff. I think talking to Kinetic Labs, I think he's giving away maybe a key set and a couple desk mats. I think we might ask Davis for a desk mat giveaway. So some light giveaways, but we're going to be playing lots of games. Among Us just got a huge update. And then there's a game that is called Crab Game that is basically Squid Game. It is free on Steam. If you look up Crab Game, what's a game that we will be playing, and we might even throw in like the winner of the big the Crab Game or the big Squid Game might get something. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I think it would be fun to do. I'll talk to Davis if you're still here. Hopefully, I'm not like signing you up for something you don't want to do. But it would be cool to do like however many people are in the lobby is that many dollars towards a gift card to 3D Keeps.
Ooh, okay.
So the winner stays with the theme. For those who haven't watched Squid Game, it's like they get to win a bunch of money based off of how many people are there. So let's see. What am I doing? Creator dashboard. So unprepared. Nope, we're not rating someone right now, Dave. Jesus fucking Christ.
Can you imagine? It's like, all right, time
to quit. Shit.
Done. And they're gone.
All right, new poll. We've got the was the E 8.5. What was the key set?
DSA Skull Squadron.
I'll just put Skull Squadron. And then we've got the J80 Perestroika. All right. So for those who don't know, you vote at the top. This is for a calendar. Again, we'll get to. We might just do November and October and November's like all at once because we still haven't gotten to do the keyboard of the month for October. Our apologies on that. It's been kind of a crazy few weeks.
Ooh, or you could roll it over into December and just do a whole like holiday extravaganza.
That would be fun. Shit, I have to deal with that. But if you win the week, you get put into a contest, and at the end of the month, and then we will be selling a calendar at the end of this, or the beginning of trying to do it at the beginning of December, but it'll probably be more like late December to try and get those out so that people can have a 2022 calendar with potentially having their keyboards on it. So. I have started the poll. It is at the top of chat. I would like to talk about our awesome sponsors. Omnitype, you can go right now and get Classicer, GMK Classicer, also Dracula Round 2, which shouldn't take as long. At least there won't be a color matching phase. So go check that out. Use that link. Helps out the stream project. Keyboards, you can go to mechsondeck.project.link. They got some pre-orders for Alice PCBs, which are always good to grab one because if you get one, you can hit up SM Keyboards. He makes amazing keyboards. So go check that out. They've also got pre-orders up. Canon Keys. You can go to canonkeys.com/mechsondeck. They have GMK November Fog, which is to me kind of that's a fucking banger of a set.
I mean, it hits that same like Ursa camping itch in a similar way.
Yeah. So, but they've also got all these nice PBT sets. New Bakaneko colors just released. The Wuku stabs released. Like a lot of cool stuff from Canon Keys. And then, of course, the Anubis switches that Eric came up with the idea, and I just named them Anubis switches. So, and then pretty much. Eric gave me the idea. Eric came up with the idea, and I tested it first.
Exactly.
And then Kinetic Labs, go to kineticlabs.store/Mechs on deck. They have some really cool desk mats. They've got polycaps, corn, and octopus, and whale. They're all over there, so go check out that link. We also have some amazing partners with, we'll start off with Smith & Rune. Those Iron 180s starting to go out, so keep an eye. Extras for that will be relatively soon, so keep an eye on that. Zap Cables, go to zapcables.com to check out the best cables in the hobby, in my opinion. They've also got great desk mats. And if you want to build your own cable, you can do that through him as well. Typebeast, go to typebea.st for an amazing newsletter. And then, of course, 3D Keybs, DCS paperwork, couple days left. Just blow that up. Blow it up, knock it down.
Everything will get made, so don't worry about MOQs on that one.
Hell yes. So, couple minutes left on that. What do you got coming up? The new room looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, it's still a work in progress, but most important news is that I got new internet installed. I have symmetric gigabit. I can stream again without my stream crashing. So,
Yeah.
stream starting again soon. I do owe a shoey because I made a bet on how much my last set, DSS After School 40 Ortho, would sell. And so I will be doing that on stream at some point soon. Need to figure that out. DCS paperwork, like we said, get in on it. I am going to take a second to find my Discord, so feel free to keep chatting. But I have some really cool projects in the works. One of them is unannounced, but will maybe be announced soon. It's going to be a Milky Way keycap set that I think will be very interesting to a lot of people.
Wait, Milky Way, Ether, Celestial? Is this just going to be a faded color set?
It's going to be Milky Way Starry Night. Yeah. I also am about to run the prototype round for my first keyboard, the DD40.
Ooh.
So, once again, just link to my Discord. Come hang out. Stay up to date on everything I've got going on.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So it looks like the E8.5 Skull Squadron won with 69 nice percent of the votes. Woo. So congratulations. Nebulant, I believe, is who submitted that.
Yes.
So, Didi, who's on that we can raid?
Let's see. Well, Cube Noob is on.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, easy. So, guys, thank you. I will be building the Frog TKL, or as who posted it, Scott Water said the Frog TLK. The Frog TLK. Yeah, I'm going to bully him forever for that one. I will be building a Frog TKL this Saturday at noon, so come check that out. And then next week, Eric should be back. Who do we have next week? Is it? Let me make sure. It is Basic.
Nice.
We're having Basic back. It's been like a year since we've had her on, so we'll get to hang out with Basic a little bit and chat keyboards as well. So thank you guys. We are going to start rating Keep Noob. She's doing some puzzle stuff, so be dope to check that out. And thank you, Didi, for coming in, showing up 45 minutes early.
Absolutely. Glad I could step in again. This is always fun.
Hell yeah. So again, guys, we are closing up for the night, but thank you, and you all have a great week.
Good night, everyone.